See, today we'll see short-term hydrothermal scheduling using penalty factors. See, in the earlier class, you have seen short-term hydrothermal scheduling using gamma lambda iterative algorithm. So today we'll see another method of hydrothermal scheduling using penalty factors. See, in short-term hydrothermal scheduling, you know that we will have both the resources, water resources as well as coal resource. Okay. So for short term means you have to schedule the generation maybe hourly. If it's a long term scheduling, it may be for yearly or monthly. Okay. So here we have to study for short term hydrothermal scheduling. So today we'll see using penalty factors how do we do the generation scheduling. Consider a hydel plant as well as thermal plant. So we have both the resources. Hydrothermal scheduling has to be done. So meeting a demand PD, load demand is PD. Let the total volume of water available for use be Q suffix T. This is the water available for a particular time period. Let the load PD exist for time period, say capital T. Now the objective function is defined as follows. See, first we have to formulate the problem. So our aim is to schedule the generation so that the total cost is minimized. So mathematically you can state the problem as minimize 0 to t f of t pgt of dt. Here you know that f of t is the fuel cost, that is fuel cost is the function of thermal generation. Gt suffix gt represents it is thermal generation. So during a period 0 to t, okay, so when you take the sum of the fuel cost over a total time period t, so that total cost has to be minimized. Cost function is the cost function. Plus gamma, again, this is 0 to t q naught pgh of t. See here, gamma converts the incremental water rate of the hydro plant into incremental cost. See, second part is with respect to hydel power plant. So here, you know that discharge, q naught is discharge. We designate discharge by letter q. So that is a function of hydel power generation, pgh. So here gamma is the factor which converts the incremental water rate of hydro plant into incremental cost. So equation A gives the objective function which has to be minimized. So you have to minimize the cost, but the constraints also has to be satisfied. You know that the first constraint is your power balance equation, that is sum of the generation should be equal to demand plus loss. Here we have generation with respect to thermal as well as generation with respect to hydel power plant. So we can write PGT plus PGH equal to PD plus P loss, or PD plus P loss minus PGT minus PGH equal to 0. That is first constraint. Second constraint with respect to total discharge that is available. Total volume of water that is available is Q total should be equal to integral of 0 to t Q naught PGH of t. So this total volume of discharge available should be equal to the discharge, which is a function of hydel power generation, considered for a time period capital T. Okay, so this is the second constraint. Now for incremental changes in the generation and a constant demand, your equation 1 becomes, see refer, you have equation 1. So here the demand is constant. Low demand is constant, that is not depending upon the generation, whereas generation is depending upon the low demand. So first term differentiation will not exist because demand is constant. Whereas second term in equation 1 is loss. Loss is depending upon the generation. When you do hydel generation or thermal generation, there exists loss. So dou P loss by dou PGH, that means small change in the power loss due to small change in the generation. Since equation 1, every term represents power loss in watts, so this differentiation factor should be multiplied by delta PGH. Similarly, plus the second factor, that is we have the generation due to thermal power plant. So there will be, if there is any small change in the thermal power plant, so there will be definitely power loss. So dou P loss by dou PGT into delta PGT. So then minus delta PGT. Delta PGT represents small change in the thermal generation. Similarly, minus delta PGH, small change in the hydel power generation. So these equation we have written with respect to equation 1. Whenever there is small incremental changes in the generation of both hydel and thermal power plant. Remember that demand is constant. So partial differentiation of demand you cannot take. That is a constant that becomes 0. So this is the equation you are getting. Now next, or you can write taking delta PGH as common factor. You can write this above equation as delta PGH into 1 minus dou P loss by dou PGH equal to minus delta PGT into 1 minus dou P loss by dou PGT. So call this as equation 3. This is your equation 3. Now from equation A, the condition for minimization is as follows. That means, see, you have defined the problem, that is mathematically you have stated by equation A. So how do we solve this equation? By using Lagrangian function. Earlier you have seen that when you have only thermal power plant, for optimal generation scheduling, what we have to do? We have to first state the problem, then we'll solve using Lagrangian function. Then for Lagrangian function, what we have to do? The partial differentiation of the each term with respect to dependent parameter has to be taken. So you know that here dependent parameters are the thermal power generation and hydel power generation. So when you take the partial differentiation of equation A, you will get equation 4. That is dft by dpgt into delta pgt later after converting partial differentiation into total differentiation. So this is the first term plus gamma into dq naught by dpgh, that because discharge is a function of the hydel power generation, into delta pgh because discharge is a function of hydel power generation, so equal to 0. So you will get equation 4. Now multiplying equation 4 with minus of 1 minus dou P loss by dou PGH. That is, for simplifying our analysis, we are multiplying equation 4 with minus of 1 minus dou P loss by dou PGH, because this is a method using penalty factor. No, penalty factor is equal to 1 by 1 minus incremental transmission loss. Incremental transmission loss is nothing but dou P loss by dou PGH, or it may be dou PGT if you consider with respect to thermal power plant. So this you have learned in PSA 2. In penalty factor is equal to 1 by 1 minus incremental transmission loss. Incremental transmission loss is small change in the power loss due to small change in the generation. That is dou P loss by dou PGH. Okay. So when you multiply equation 4 with minus of 1 minus dou P loss by dou PGH, you will get equation 5. You are following equation 5. And then substituting from equation 3, you are substituting for delta PGH into 1 minus dou P loss by dou PGH, you will get equation 6. So this is equal to lambda, because you know that lambda equal to incremental fuel cost into penalty factor. Penalty factor is 1 by 1 minus transmission loss. So directly we are equating it equal to lambda. Okay. So when you simplify, see in equation 6, on both the sides you have negative sign that can be cancelled, and delta PGT also can be cancelled. So you will get next equation, that is R gamma dq naught by dpgh into 1 by 1 minus dou P loss by dou PGH equal to dft by dpgt into 1 by 1 minus dou P loss by dou PGT. See, we have brought into that form so that you can write in terms of penalty factors, because penalty factor is equal to 1 by 1 minus transmission loss. If the generation is with respect to thermal, then penalty factor will be 1 by 1 minus dou P loss by dou PGT. Or if the generation is with respect to hydel power plant, corresponding penalty factor will be 1 by 1 minus dou P loss by dou PGH. So we have brought into this form. Now we can split equation 6. Into two equations, because you have one with respect to hydel power plant, other factor with respect to thermal power plant. So okay, so if you split into two equations, first consider with respect to hydel power plant, you have gamma into dq naught by dpgh into 1 by 1 minus dou P loss by dou PGH equal to, this term is actually equal to lambda, or we can write lambda equal to gamma, since dq naught by dpgh is the small change in the generation due to a small change in the discharge due to small change in the generation that is required. You can write this as incremental water rate of the hydel plant. See here, please correct it is I suffix H. When you have term H, it is incremental water rate of the hydel plant, that is with respect to hydel power plant. So please correct it, it is H. And LH is penalty factor. You know that penalty factor is 1 by 1 minus transmission loss with respect to particular generation. So capital L is used for representing penalty factor. You have seen this in PSA 2. Okay. So LH represents penalty factor with respect to hydel power plant. So we can call this as equation 7, that is gamma into I suffix H into LH equal to lambda. Okay. So this is equation 7. Now, here IH is incremental water rate of hydel power plant, which is equal to dq naught by dpgh, and LH is the penalty factor, which is equal to 1 by 1 minus dou p loss by dou pgh. Observe the suffix h because it is with respect to hydel power plant. Equation can be approximate to, see this above equation you can approximate as gamma into dq naught by dpgh into 1 plus dou p loss by dou pgh equal to lambda. This is equation 8. See, from equation 7, what we have done here, equation 7, you have gamma dq naught by dpgh into 1 by 1 minus dou p loss by dou pgh. So this can be written as gamma into dq naught by dpgh into 1 plus dou p loss by dou pgh. How we have written? That is, equal equation, if you multiply and divide by the term 1 plus dou PL loss by dou PGH, multiply and divide by 1 plus dou P loss by dou PGH, what happens? In the numerator, you will have gamma dq naught by dpgh into 1 plus dou P loss by dou PGH. In the denominator, you have 1 minus dou P loss by dou PGH into 1 plus dou P loss by dou PGH. That means it's like you have A minus B into A plus B. So you can write as A square minus B square. So second term, that is square of dou P loss by dou PGH will be very small because loss is very small. It will be small percent of generation, so that can be ignored. So you are left with, in the numerator, that is only factor 1 plus dou P loss by dou PGH into gamma into dq naught by dpgh, which is equal to lambda, which is your equation 8. Okay. Now, similarly, the other equation from equation 6 is, from equation 6, other term is with respect to thermal power plant. So we have dft by dpgt into 1 by 1 minus dou p loss by dou pgt, which is equal to actually lambda. Here the first term is dft by dpgt is the incremental fuel cost suffix t with respect to thermal power plant, because it is dft by dpgt, t with respect to thermal power plant. So we will call this as IT, incremental fuel cost for thermal power plant. And 1 by 1 minus dou p loss by dou pgt is the penalty factor with respect to thermal power plant. So let us designate as L into T, capital L suffix T. So this is equal to lambda. Call this as equation 9. Okay. Now, here IT, what I have defined, IT, just now I told, here IT is the incremental fuel cost for the thermal plant, which is equal to dft by dpgt, and L suffix T is the penalty factor, 1 by 1 minus dou P loss by dou PGT. You know this. Now, equation 9 is approximately given by equation 10. So, like you have converted from equation 7 to equation 8. So, equation 9, in the denominator, you have 1 minus dou P loss by dou PGT. So, this equation 9 to multiply and divide by 1 plus dou P loss by dou PGT. So, if you simplify, you will get this equation. That is equation 10. Now, equation 7 and 9 are the coordination equation of the algorithm to be solved to obtain the schedules. So, what is the generation that used to be scheduled hourly? For shorter means hourly, we have to schedule the generation. So, you have to solve this equation 7 and 9. Suppose if you Want to still simplify, if you neglect the losses, because losses will be small percentage of the generation, then you will get equation 7 and 9. If you neglect the losses, you will get equation 11 and 12. So gamma into dq naught by dpgh equal to lambda. So dft by dpgt equal to lambda. So that is from equation 9 after neglecting the losses. So these are the 11 equations 11 and 12. Number equation 11 and 12 we use for thermal generating. Thermal means short-term shielding using penalty factors. Okay. So this is very important. This was asked in your university paper, the last question paper it has been asked. Okay. So it was asked using penalty factor. So one problem let us solve. So once you solve the problem, you will understand. This is a simple algorithm when you compare to gamma and lambda iterative. We have considered in the last class. This is a simple method. Okay. Now you take down this problem. Again, the same problem was appeared in your university paper also in the last year. Same problem was appeared. Okay. You can take down the problem. A two-plant system has the following characteristics. So you have two plants. One is thermal as well as other one is hydro plant. Okay. So fuel cost, FT represents the fuel cost. You know that which is a quadratic equation. It is specified as 20 PGT. PGT means it is thermal. Okay, thermal power generation plus 0.04 PGT square. So much rupees per hour. You know that fuel cost you will express in rupees per hour. Okay, then you have Q, that is capital Q, equal to, that is discharge. Discharge with respect to this, when you write the expression for discharge, it will be in terms of hydel power generation. So discharge, how much water has to be discharged, you know, that is depending upon the hydel power generation. So which will be a function of PGH. So it is specified capital Q equal to 7.5 PGH plus 0.004 PGH square meter cube per second. Look at the unit. Unit of discharge is so much volume per unit time, that is per second. Okay. And gamma is specified as 4.1 into 10 to the power minus 4 rupees per meter cube. And lambda is specified as 70 rupees per megawatt hour. And BHH, that is, this is the loss coefficient. You know that in PSA2 you have studied how coefficients, loss coefficients are B coefficients. If you have two plants, you will designate as B11 and B22. Here it is specified as BHH, means you have with respect to hydel power source. Okay, BHH equal to 0.0025 per megawatt. You know the unit of loss coefficients or B coefficients is per megawatt. It is specified. Okay, you are noting down? Yes?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay, you are asked to determine the generation of each plant, the load on the system, and the losses. These three parameters you have to determine. Generation of each plant, thermal as well as hydel generation, and the load on the system, and the losses also has to be estimated. Okay. So now we'll see how we will solve this problem. Completed noting? Yes. See, here it is given the loss, power loss equal to 0.0025 PGH square. Actually, since here only loss coefficient or B coefficient with respect to only hydel power plant is given, we are writing P loss equal to 0.0025 PGH square. How we have written this? Because you know that loss, power loss in terms of loss coefficients and generation equal to, I have mentioned at the side, P loss equal to B11 P1 square plus B12 P1 P2 plus B22 P2 square. If you suppose if you have two sources of generation, loss Hello? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Slides you are able to see? There was a problem.
No, ma'am.
Oh, there was a problem actually. Now you are seeing the screen? Hello? Hello? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
See, now there was a problem. So, see, loss is a power loss is function of generation. So you have loss equal to B11 B1 square plus B12 P1 P2 plus B22 P2 square. Since here the second coefficient, loss coefficient with respect to thermal generation is not given. So we have taken B22 equal to 0. So you can write P loss equal to 0.0025 PGH square. So this is with respect to only Hadal power plant. Okay. Now, since B22 is not given, so power loss with respect to PGT, that if you take the partial differentiation of dou P loss with respect to dou PGT will be equal to 0. Whereas if you take the partial differentiation of dou P loss, power loss with respect to Hadal power generation, that is dou P loss by dou PGH will be equal to what? So you will have 2 into 0.0025, that is 0.005 into PGH. Okay. Now the cost function is given, that is FT equal to 20 PGT plus 0.04 PGT square is specified. Now if you differentiate this equation with respect to PGT, that is DFT by dPGT, that is nothing but lambda, incremental fuel cost will be equal to, after you take the differentiation of FT with respect to PGT, you will get this equation, that is 20 plus 0.08 PGT, that will be equal to lambda. Since lambda is specified as 70 rupees per megawatt hour, so equate this equal to 70. You are following? Yes or no? FT is given. Okay. So after the differentiation of FT function with respect to PGT, you will get 20 plus 0.08 PGT, that is nothing but lambda. Lambda is actually DFT by dPGT. So that is specified as equal to 70. So when you substitute lambda equal to 70, when you solve for PGT, you will get 625 megawatts. See here, first we have estimated the thermal generation. Here you are asked to calculate the generation of each plant. First we have calculated for thermal power plant, PGT equal to 625 megawatts. Next, we also have to calculate PGH, that is idle power generation. Okay. So for that, we have this equation, gamma into dQ by dPGH into 1 by 1 mass dou P loss by dou PGH equal to lambda. So, okay, to calculate the idle power generation, you consider this equation. Just now we have discussed. Okay. So here, when you observe the equation, this equation, consider the unit also. You know that the unit of gamma is rupees per meter cube. It is specified gamma equal to 4.1 into 10 to the power minus 4 rupees per meter cube. We substitute the same in the above equation. So first term for gamma, you have rupees per meter cube. But our second term is dq by dpgh, that is the discharge, that is unit of discharge is meter cube per second, and in the denominator you have pgh, that is megawatts. So dq by dpgh unit will be meter cube per second megawatt. So if you analyze this, meter cube will be cancelled. You will get rupees per second megawatt. But if the above equation is should be equal to lambda, whereas lambda is in rupees per megawatt hour. So left hand side you are getting rupees per megawatt second. So there is a mismatch. Therefore, we have to convert dq by dpgh into meter cube per megawatt hour, so that then the unit will be matched. Okay. So that's why. So in the denominator here you have rupees per meter cube into meter cube. Meter cube will cancel. So you are left with rupees by second megawatt. So this should be made equal to rupees per megawatt hour. What you have to do, second you have to convert into hour. When you convert second into hour, how much it will be? It should be, you have to substitute 1 by 3600, because you know that if you convert second into hour, it will be, value will be very less. That means second will be 1 by 3600 hours, or 3600 if it goes to numerator, it should be into, we have to multiply by 3600. Okay. So that's why I have multiplied here by 3600, so that the unit will be matched. So on the right hand side, it will match with rupees per megawatt hour. Therefore, substituting the values in the above equation. Substitute for gamma, it is given as 4.1 into 10 to the power minus 4 rupees per meter cube. Whereas dq by dpgh, since q is given, after you take the differentiation of q with respect to dpgh, you will get 7.5 plus 0.008 pgh. So this we have to multiply by 3600, as I told, that to see that unit should be matched on both the sides, into 1 by 1 minus dou P loss by dou PGH. You have calculated as 0.005 pgh. So that's why it has been substituted. So this is equal to lambda. Lambda is given as 70. Okay. Now from this equation we have to solve for pgh. So idle power generation has to be solved from the above equation. To simplify, you will get pgh equal to 162.87 megawatts. You can check. And then power loss can be calculated corresponding to this much generation, idle power generation. You can calculate power loss. See, you have power loss equal to 0.0025 pgh square. Substitute for pgh equal to 162.87. You will get the power loss equal to 66.32 megawatts. Okay. After this, you can calculate demand. Since also you are asked to calculate the load on the system, that is PD. Load on the system, PD equal to what? Generation minus loss, or generation equal to total generation equal to demand plus loss. Here total generation is sum of thermal generation as well as idle power generation. So demand PD equal to PGT plus PGH minus losses. So substitute for all the values what you have calculated, you will get PD equal to 721.55 megawatts.